gender fluid peoples of Mexican greeting. I don't know what that would be. Amigons, perhaps. But Cameron and I, we're gonna go look at a door that has a bit of a problem with it. And we're gonna do a little bit of assessment, a little bit of evaluation, a little bit of analysis, and then maybe, depending on how all that goes, a little bit of fixing. You see, there's Cameron right there. I put off addressing this one until he got here.
Now, it is raining right now on our plant. Do we want to trim some plant and bring it in before it's too wet?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Water won't wash off the resin or anything. It's not water soluble.
All right, then it is tool time.
So, for those of you who are just arriving, and I'm sure there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of you, we're looking at a door situation here. Here's the thing. Let's see.
Sure.
And here's what you might call the problem area. If you try to put that metal thing there, you're going to discover
The thing
won't go in.
Into
Right,
it.
yeah.
Well, let me just see what happens when I do close it. Does this work?
It works now without that thing on there.
Yeah, I hear you. Let me just see where it lines up and stuff. Line up down here. It's very low. And I'm going to look and see how your door kind of fits.
Okay. Meanwhile, we'll go explore a little bit of this exciting rain. We haven't had much rain at all. Probably don't want to leave this table out in the rain now that the rain season has started to come around. Probably well suited to move that into the garage at some point here, but not right now.
Eric, are you familiar with blue removable tape?
Blue removal tape?
Removable tape?
Oh, you mean like
blue
painter's tape? Painter's tape?
Yeah. Do you have any of that stuff?
Yeah, I have some.
Cool. That's something I can do to...
So we're gonna get blue painter's tape for Cameron. Voila. It is. Good afternoon, Winston's mom. It's blue, it's painter's tape.
Oh yeah, that's my fave.
Right there. Now, I'm gonna leave this in here for a second because I just realized I need to clean out the cat litter.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I'll leave you here watching what Cameron's doing.
You can stay there. You'll look from the side. It's not wrong with that. I'm gonna just see where the striker lands on there. Eric just went in the cat box area.
Oh, in the cat box area?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's doing cat box stuff.
Oh.
So folks at home who are on this camera,
Do you need help with the table?
I'm gonna put this on here and I'm gonna put it right into my
No,
blue thing
I
and
go.
show where it goes.
I'll get the big pusher and put it on there and push it in there.
Okay.
But I'm not even entirely sure what I want to do with that. Like, I guess I don't want it to get ruined, but I also don't really want to store it. I could cover it with some plastic maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here and see what Cameron has accomplished. He has put some black pen on the poker part.
On this, which we'll have to wipe off, because that's gonna...
We'll call this the penis and this the vagina. Okay?
Yeah.
So he put some black pen on the tip of the penis here, and it's imprinted where it should land on the vagina.
It's actually the blue hymen, Eric.
The blue
because
hymen,
It's not
okay.
broken yet.
Gotcha.
But what we really want is we want the striker plate to live.
And that's called the striker plate right there, everybody. You didn't know what that was called. I didn't either.
You want it to live over this little hole. You want it centered on there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I know is it lives way too high. So what I could do is just drill 2 new holes now.
I think it'll be too close to the existing holes.
Well, what I can do is I can make a flap, and I can check this out.
Maybe we
Let me
could.
just look and see how it is with this on there now. I'm gonna stick this on. I'm gonna look and see how it works.
Okay.
And,
Hi, Jonathan Carpenter. Greetings, welcome, and how do you do? We are here. We are trying to fix this door. Cameron's in town. He's visiting. We've been doing some harvesting, some manicuring.
my nails.
Yeah, we've been manicuring each other's nails. You have 2 doors that won't latch easily. My solution is to hold the door. I've tried that. This is too out of whack. It's like when we bought the house, this didn't fit. And it's like they tried to put this in, and then they're like, oh shit, we put it in wrong. They're like, well, hopefully they won't notice. That's what
Luckily,
happened.
I'm here and I can make stuff like this work.
I
With my
mean,
chisel.
if that works like that, I'll be shocked
Well,
because
it's not gonna work like this. I'm just gonna see where these holes make this line up and how bad it is.
okay, gotcha.
So I can see the thing is hitting low. I still like my idea of just putting the tape on, centering it over that hole, and just doing new holes. I think there's a possibility that then I will know where to chisel this down. You know.
Okay,
So that's
you
what I
do it
wanna
however you want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'd do if someone was paying me to do it.
I was thinking maybe we'd fill those holes with putty or something.
Yeah, we can do that first. We can do glue wood chips in the whole process, which
I mean,
never hurts.
if you think it's gonna work like this, I'd say just try it the way you want to try it.
We'll see shortly enough if the holes are gonna have purchase. So this I'm gonna put in like a different location so that. No, I'll do this. I'll put new tape over it. Put it all fresh.
It's fresh, exciting. She's so exciting and new. Hey, Natasha. Long time no see. How you doing?
She's fresh.
You're fresh, exciting?
Natasha. I bet you don't know what to do when I got my Sharpie.
We're probably all the people who are here right now. You know Cameron. You've probably seen him before on some live streams. But in case there's anybody here who's not been here before, this is Cameron.
So,
He's our friend from Los Angeles, and he's visiting, and I've asked him to advise me on how to deal with this door problem. And he's obviously much better at this sort of thing than I am.
the pick is a good tool. The chisel is a good tool. So the pick is going to help center the holes.
Mm-hmm.
The chisel is going to help next.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Sure. All right, Eric's right. We're going to have to fill the holes, which is fine. It's just another step. You're right, it's too close, Eric. So I need to fill these holes. That is the step to do. So I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to get a little bit of wood
Okay.
and make little pieces, glue them in there. Got the glue. And this, do you have good wood glue or sorry?
I don't really know what I got exactly.
I'll get mine because I know where it is and stuff.
everyone. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How's everyone doing on this Wednesday?
Oh my God. Yeah, only this guy works.
Hey, Simple Girl. I'm glad to see you too. Malibu is a good company too. I think they're pretty clear. Hey, and I'm Kiadar, dear, Kara, dear. Sorry, I really can't say that well. I think we're going to go back to Cam fixing the door right now.
We are. I just had a bit of a gackling attack. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Let me get my glasses. There we go. I've got glasses on now, and I've got an important mission. Hello, Hitler. Hello, Simple Girl. Hello, Palacio Fam G and Joaquin. Hello, you absolute legends. That's what, hi, Mr. Wright. A lot of people have been looking for you. Good morning. It's afternoon here, but maybe it's morning where you are. Currently, I've got 5 minutes till 4 in the afternoon. Can I get past you, Cam?
Sure.
Thanks. And it is, much to my delight, raining here right now. It's the first rain we've gotten in a few months, a couple months at least. Makes everything smell fresh and clean. So as you may or may not know, personages in attendance, I've recently started taking Wellbutrin, but I didn't take any of it today. I think I like topped out on it, try to take a couple of them a day, remember now, and I think I just kind of topped out on it, and then it made me feel really car sick. So today I'm just on Adderall. I don't feel depressed at all, so that's the only reason I take that Wellbutrin anyway. You're going to get some rain as well, huh, Simple Girl? Good to hear it. Elaine, hello. So good to see you. I hear you live in Europe. And I want all the Europeans around the world to know you're welcome here too. Even Europeans are allowed here. It looks like Cameron is cutting a piece of wood.
I'm making little slivers of wood, which I'm going to coat with wood glue, and I'm going to stick into these little holes here until there are no longer holes and it's just wood.
I see.
And then, tomorrow we're going to drill into it.
We're going to drill again, I see.
But now it's making wood slivers time.
Well, it may have been a while since you've been around here, Elaine, but I believe you've spoken with, it is perfect weather for a bong rip, Joaquin, and we will go in and pull rips in a second, but you're from Argentina. You're a soldier in Ukraine. Hi, Dark Plague. Very nice to meet you. Scream eggs. Eggs. Do you like shiny Lucario? I've never heard of shiny Lucario. Hi, Man Bear Pig. Hi, Maze Does Stuff. Nice to see you. We're currently working on this door repair here. Cameron is. I'm just standing here. Meowing, It's a Pokemon? Lucario is a Pokemon? Oh, I've never heard of Lucario. No, I'm more of I like Jigglypuff, obviously. because of Jigglypuff's great song, which goes like this. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Who is Jigglypuff? A Pokemon character?
Yeah, the Pokemon that has sleep powers. It sings its
Oh.
Jigglypuff song and it puts you right to sleep.
Wow, sleep powers. Now, those are powers I could, appreciate.
Yeah. I also like Mr. Mime, even though I'm not convinced he's really worth having in your Pokemon deck, but he's an interesting guy. He's French. He's into miming.
You know those French. You got a one-track mind.
Are you stuck in a box? Wow.
Sleep in a box.
You're so totally stuck in a box.
Hello.
You like Galarian Articuno? I don't know that one. I haven't been around Pokemon for a while. If it's a newer one, I don't know about it. I mean, I'm also, you gotta remember, ever since one day I pulled a Psyduck in a pack of cards, I've been confused ever since then. Until just recently, I unconfused. So, that's the danger of playing around with Psyducks.
So now I'm carefully putting a little glue on a couple little thin pieces.
Okay.
Jam them in there.
As you see, he's sticking the stick into the hole, just as humans have done for all of human history.
Yep.
You,
How else would we be here?
you pulled a gold or Japan X Full Arts 3-star card. Well, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
That really sounds like an accomplishment. I can go back to bed.
I feel bad for the mime, Winston's mom. Well, $50 for one card, huh? That's pretty good. I used to get Magic the Gathering cards too, but I no longer do. Make spaghetti? I'm not planning on making spaghetti.
We've got some Indian food in our future.
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
have anything to do with it.
I don't think we're super close to dinner at the moment.
Yeah, it's been after.
Because you just ate your other half sandwich. Rachel just ate her half. I had a half sandwich a while back, but Magic's pretty fun, I'll tell you. But the thing about it is, you gotta be somebody who really likes to do like optimization of decks. If you want to be creative and have fun with the cards you get, you're gonna lose all the time in Magic the Gathering. That's what I didn't like about it. Ultimately, it's 1 a.m. for you, huh? Therefore, it is tomorrow for you. Or very early this morning, I guess, potentially. But it's tomorrow. Hi, Cindy Prim. Do I have what? Do I have a reason to believe in life after love? Do you believe in life after love?
Was that Cher?
Yeah, that's a horrible song. Let's see. I wasn't close by enough to step in, but I was close enough to observe. The ESFP is nicknamed the performer. They're just a force of nature and can't help but be ESFP-ish. Yes, a friend is here with me. This friend is Cameron, and he's helping fix my door problem, which I greatly appreciate. Or let's be honest with it. He's fixing it for me.
I'm doing my function stack thingy that I do.
And speaking of ESFPs, Rachel and I went over to hang out with the neighbors the other day, but they weren't home, and we ended up hanging out with the neighbor's friend who was house sitting for them. And I expect to see him stopping by the house at some point today, because I did a little trade-a-roo. Oh, you're in Denmark, huh? Maze this stuff? You know that song? This is what it sounds like when the mimes cry.
And then you hear fists slamming heads. Is that the sound?
Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the mimes cry. Well, it doesn't sound like anything, Cameron. It just sounds like them pantomiming crying.
Aw, these poor mimes.
Thanks, Cindy Prim.
Their parents never taught them how to talk.
I don't know if we'd be able to really pull off making a short like this or a video like this, but Rachel and I were laughing a lot last night because we were watching this one YouTube video. It's this guy who he goes and investigates the actual physical spaces where there's like missing persons, missing 411. I don't know if you've seen any of those kind of videos that are all about like mysterious disappearances and stuff. Well, we were watching one from. Well, I means I've currently misplaced the two pairs of glasses that come ahead of this in terms of preference. Anyway, we were talking about this case of this 14-year-old girl who disappeared in 1981. And, you know, he's hiking the same trails that she disappeared on way back then, like looking at this Boulder Strewn area, and I thought it'd be funny if like this 57-year-old lady pops out and is like, "Oh my God, somebody finally found me." How long have I been out here?
She's got a dish. She's watching the Housewives.
No,
She's ordering Amazon.
now she survives on dewdrops and berries.
Yeah.
Am I the dad from Family Ties? No, I'm not. I'm actually the mom from Family Ties. But as I've grown older, I started looking more and more like this. Meredith Baxter Bernie. Meredith Baxter Brown? Meredith Baxter Bernie Brown? I forget what that person's name was.
Somebody's named Meredith Baxter Burney for sure.
Meredith Baxter Bernie, okay.
Somebody.
Yeah, I think that's the mom in Family Ties.
I'll give you that. I don't know. All right, that's gonna glue for a while. That's what that's job is. So we'll come back tomorrow.
Cool. All right. So, let's see what it's looking like in here. These are all still very wet, but fine. I was never afraid of clowns. I was afraid of lions, but not clowns. Well, it's a lot more rational to be afraid of lions. You know, as a general rule, anyway.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Especially if you're on the African savannah, then I would be much more concerned about lions than clowns. Are you currently on the African savannah, Cindy Prim? Are you walking around in the tall grass? You gotta be careful of lions.
I hope you have shoes.
Yeah, you should have shoes on as well. A lot of thorns, a lot of sharp rocks.
You can make a boma.
You could make a boma. Family Guy is fire? I'm not sure Family Guy really is that fire. It's okay, you know.
Sometimes it's funny.
Sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's just kind of unpleasant.
Yeah.
Jim Jensen says Trump 2024. Well, I'm not planning on voting. I'm certainly not going to vote for really either of those candidates. Kamala Harris.
Thanks, Cam, for helping with the
Thank you, Cameron.
Sure. It's only step, one of 4-ish steps.
Okay.
It's just
That's
gluing
nice.
on the holes. I've got wood and glue in the holes, so it'll become something I can. I'll be able to put the striker plate on where it needs to be, not where it like has to be.
Awesome.
You know, hippopotamuses also fish.
Like,
They are also fish.
we have all the doors that are like, I don't know, we lock every door and that one was just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, if they find this one door, they're going to be able to get in.
I hear you.
I don't know if anybody saw my
For sure
short
be
yet,
better.
but
Yeah.
Nutria or fish.
Today, so it's nice and solid.
If you haven't seen my short yet, I'm going to play it for you now.
This is really good.
But what about nutria? Science classifies the giant rodents as mammals, but the Vatican concluded that because nutria swim and have webbed feet, they are fish. How did this come about? When colonial powers forced a meat-free Lent, local populations asked, but what about nutria? Science classifies the giant rodents as mammals, but the Vatican concluded that because nutria swim and have webbed feet, they are fish. How did this come about? When colonial powers
So,
local populations. I followed Cameron's advice and made it loop around and around like that with the question, you know. But anyway, you know what else is a fish, according to the Vatican? Not only capybara, not only muskrat, also hippopotamuses are fish.
Really?
Yep. You can eat hippopotamuses during Lent. It's fine.
Oh my god.
It's true. So, I like Vatican science better, I've decided. It makes more sense. Things that swim are fish.
That's pretty, yeah.
Michael Phelps, stoner or fish?
Oh,
Fish.
True, yeah.
Fish.
You know, dolphins, porpoises, and whales, obviously all fish.
Mm-hmm.
Are divers fish that dive?
They're temporary fish.
They're temporary fish.
Yeah.
NASA astronauts are aliens.
Well,
Obviously.
I guess they're non-terrestrials. They're extraterrestrial for a moment or two.
Okay.
And so anyway, I guess Jonathan Earl was asking, is it okay if I eat hippos for Lent? The answer is yes.
Yes. You are recommended to do that because you wouldn't want to be protein deficient during your time of need for religious, you've got to use your brain for all that religious processing.
Yeah.
Protein.
You're feeling extraterrestrial, Elaine? Well, therefore you are. I live according to the subjectivist mantra of I feel, therefore I am. We are fixing the door, Harrison Sherwin. Cameron already did the initial stage of door fixing. Because what I thought might be the problem was in fact the problem. Namely, you couldn't put new holes there because it'd be too close to the old holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Harrison Sherwin. Mua, 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 mua.
Is that like a vampire? Mwah, mwah.
Yeah. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Mua, 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 mua. Maybe it's that.
Oh,
it
maybe
could
it's
be
that.
that.
Yeah.
In Soviet Africa, hippo eat you. Yeah. It's very Yakov Smirnoff.
Very African.
So, I think what I will do in a second, maybe a full bowl or two first, is go outside and get a couple of branches, do a little bit more manicuring. We're getting pretty close to having everything harvested, The ones that we put in the closet yesterday, I guess they're not really dry yet at all, but we could put some wet stuff into the jars too. I don't really want it wet with rain though.
So Eric, I have that wire stuff, that garden wire. We could tie to them But I don't know if it smells too much. We could like hang some from those hooks right there. Just dangle them.
Oh yeah, if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
easier. I'm not sure if that's easier or not.
Well, it would just give you more place for more hanging is all.
Oh right.
But then if you walk right there, then you're gonna run.
I don't walk over there.
We really rarely ever do.
Yeah.
Or almost anywhere else you could hang the wire from, we can tie it to the wire.
That seems like probably the best spot.
These do, yeah.
Or maybe potentially like we could take down the drapes in the dining room and hang it off of the drapery poles.
Just slide them over, basically.
Yeah, we could do that. I was actually thinking about taking them off, but we could slide them
Just
over.
slide 'em over. I would like to jackhammer the living room and then slide the drapes over.
I was just thinking that way you already have bars that are made
Oh,
to
that's
hang
great.
from.
That's perfect. Yeah, we'll just hang. I'll get the green twist tie thing. It's like
All right, cool.
100 feet of twist tie.
How's the hydrogen? Eric, have you seen Mythbusters? No, I've not seen Mythbusters. I have seen Mythbusters, though. That's what the cow says. Mua, 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 mua. I think that South Park's critique of Family Guy was fair.
I don't remember what it.
It's basically like, look, you can't just make a whole show out of nothing but a series of sight gags and jokes and yeah, it's got no storyline. You need to tell a story here. H is stably bonded. Your hydrogen is stably bonded. Congratulations. So I do expect to see Jay stopping by at some point today.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. Well,
I mean, either I wish I had exchanged phone numbers with him, but I didn't think to do it. What do I think Jamie Heinemann's MBTI is? He's the right here. Okay, the other one's Adam.
Jamie's the one with the mustache and
Yeah,
hat, so
yeah.
he's the more ISTJ-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say ISTJ,
Yeah.
possibly ESTJ, but probably ISTJ.
The other guy being more extroverted, but
The other guy's more like maybe an ISFJ or maybe he's got too good a TE for that. I don't know what type he is.
maybe they're both
Adam.
ISTJs.
No, Adam's not.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure what type he is though.
I saw some video of his. Like he's, of course, if he's got a YouTube channel, he's going to be a big YouTuber just because he's got his little fame. And he had like an hour video, and it was just disorganized and terrible. And I was like, "What's this guy even doing by himself?" It was not like Mythbusters. It was just him, and I'm like, "I'll never."
All right, I mean, there's so many of those things that you can place the credit at the feet of the editors, What's my favorite gun? I don't think I have a favorite gun.
The Red Ryder BB gun.
Red Ryder BB gun?
Of course.
That's the one from Christmas Story, right?
That's the one that I have 4 of here for us to shoot.
Oh yeah.
1 being the double barrel and 2 being individual for the people who aren't lucky enough to shoot the double barrel.
The one they did about why pirates really wore the patch was the best one, and the dumbest one was, do you save gas when you run the air conditioner? I've never I don't know. I have actually fired a Glock before, but I don't know which kind it was. It was with my friend Taylor, Flow State in Kansas, and I don't remember what kind it was. I think it was 9mm.
Eric, the BB gun you have is oh no, that says Glock 17. I thought they were saying 177 because your BB gun is a Glock B 177. That's not what they're saying.
So I do have a 22 rifle, but that's the only gun I have. And I don't think I'll get any more guns than that. Favorite alcohol? I don't drink alcohol. What are you going to ask me next? Favorite tobacco? Are we doing the ATF special?
What's your favorite Schedule 2 narcotic?
Yeah, I used to drink alcohol, but I had to quit because I was too much of a drunk. So now I don't drink alcohol anymore. I want to grow, next time I grow, I want to grow this stuff. Durban poison. This stuff is, oh, I put it in here. Actually, I was going to put Jay's Addies in there, but I put them in this instead.
We can always like leave it with.
I mean, he said he was going to come by here.
He did. I know.
I'm not worried about it. If he wants to get in touch with us without coming by here, he can call the neighbors. The neighbors can come talk to us. We need to get their phone numbers too.
Yeah, we do.
You bought a Durban poison pre-rolled THCA blunt online. Sounds good. I don't know if tastes as good as this stuff, but this stuff tastes so good. Cameron brought it up from Los Angeles. Dream car. I don't really have. Well, I guess if I were to spend money on a car, I'd get an old Corvair convertible, even though they fishtail supposedly would be a poor car for up here. But yeah. It's specific to my personal history. When I was a kid, my grandfather had one of those cars. It was promised to me when I grew old enough to drive, but then it was denied to me because by the time I was old enough to drive, my grandpa was dead, and my parents and my grandma didn't follow through on his wishes because it was too dangerous. Does weed expedite brain aging? Brain aging is not something you expedite, right? It might aggravate it, but it doesn't, I don't think.
The thing is, like, I am forgetful just naturally, so weed, it doesn't, for me, it's like the same as me being sober. Like, I'm just forgetful, and sometimes it takes me a while to find my words. Just naturally, even without weed, so I really don't think that, I don't think it ages it more.
We live in Mariposa County, California. I grew up in Los Angeles County.
Oh, let me see. Kim, T-Bird or a Mustang? Interesting question. So, I'm not really that into T-Birds or Mustangs at this point. I've had some Mustangs. I like the 1980s Mustangs. My favorite was the CHP Mustang, 1987 that I had. I never really got into T-Birds too much.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm sorry.
I forgot over there. Yeah, well, Mariposa is not like the rest of California in that regard. Mariposa is not a particularly liberal county at all.
No, it's not.
And we don't even have any municipalities in the county. So it's a very libertarian county. Like, very pro-Second Amendment. Small government.
Ooh, fight. Whoa, guys down.
It's part of what some people refer to as the state of Jefferson. The parts of California that want to be their own state. Jax says, dude, it was so cool seeing you at the Pride Parade yesterday. That dildo hat you had on was awesome. Thanks for supporting the LGBT community. You are entirely welcome. If you thought the dildo on my hat was awesome, you should have seen the one in my butt.
You go, girl. I can't breathe for you. Oh.
Up by the oldest trees in the world. We're not that close to the bristlecone pines. That's on the other side of the Sierras. We're on the western Sierras. That's the eastern Sierras. It's not far as the crow flies, but it's over a lot of the steep mountains. Thank you for the tea and sympathy. Staying off the grid says, gay laughing squint eyes. Well, gay laughing squint eyes to you too. I'm a gay bearded homosexual. I'm not a gay bearded homosexual, actually. But thanks for taking a stab at it. I'm actually on my third and final wife. Woman wife, you know. In other words, there's a total of only one Y chromosome in my relationship. I am a hottie boom body, as Rachel says, but that doesn't make me gay. Just because I'm smoking hot, just because you're attracted to me, doesn't make me gay, okay? Plenty of straight guys with this much riz. At least one. This one right here.
Oh, enlighten me. What's Riz? I know I've heard that.
Means charisma.
Oh, charisma is Riz.
Yeah, so like you riz on a chick, then you're trying to get on her.
So it's something you pour on. You're like, oh my.
Yeah,
my
like sup, hey
Ferrari,
girl, sup.
I drop my pants below my underwear line real quick.
Check out all my riz.
Oh no, I walk in the club all like I'm the party king. All my arms are on the air, all badass, dancing and acting.
Whoop, 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 whoop. That's the sound you're making as you're walking
Oh
around.
hell yeah! With my boys.
Can you stop, please? Can you scratch things outside instead of scratching the furniture? They have all these things outside they can scratch. Come in here and scratch the furniture.
Wow, Winston's mom can live without a car. That's pretty amazing.
I am a homosexual magnet. It's true. And that instead of attracting things in the opposite pole and pushing away from the same pole, the other way around. It makes a magnet gay. Magnetism is kind of a fun, interesting science thing, huh? Like, why does that exist? Like, this thing and this thing are pulled together by some invisible force. It's crazy. All right, let me go get a branch or two.
Well, I'll go with you. I'm gonna get on my OCD gloves.
I think I might borrow a pair of gloves from you today,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't mind.
You can keep them.
Oh, yeah.
Permanent.
Right.
They are extra large. I don't know if you're. They're pretty freaking tight as extra large, but they're there.
These kinds of gloves will help prevent getting a lot of resin on our fingers. May you be my chaperone at the halfway home. A full grown man, but I'm not afraid to cry. Ever since I've had that song on my playlist, I cannot get it out of my head. It's so catchy. Oh, geez. I don't think this plant appreciated the extra water weight. I'll tilt it over.
Oh, did you get all the way over?
Yeah. I'm gonna cut off, I guess.
Yeah, let's just get some later.
Yeah. This should be enough to start us right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's just do that.
This will take a bit to get all these little branches. Now that's not falling over anymore. What's the clip show? You're talking about how Naruto Shippuden, by the end of it, is just like non-stop flashbacks and unbearable to watch. I totally agree with you. Let's hear those sleigh bells ringing and ting ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. So I'm gonna cut some of these branches off onto here. Like meow, 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 Meow. 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 Don't know why I bog. Oh, it's a spider. I see. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, you go outside. How about that? Would you like to go outside? Come on. You can go outside. Okay, I put the spider outside.
Unlucky spider, he no longer has his weed plant. You stole my stash, man.
Yeah. That's too bad for you, Mr. Spider.
La araña.
Okay. So, when manicuring, obviously, the first thing you do is you pull off the big leaves. Some plants, that's easier than others. This plant is nice and easy. These leaves pull off clean. Sometimes you pull them off and you get a little string, and it doesn't pull off clean. But this super skunk, which as you can see is pretty super. The leaves pull right out. Makes it a lot more convenient to deal with. See, this is when the string comes, right? You want to avoid that. Oh, my glasses fell off. Maybe I'll try these glasses. Do I sound sexy? Yeah, I sound very, very sexy. All of the time. Even when I'm ordering a drive-thru. Hi, I'd like to have a Big Mac. That's how I order food at the drive-thru, so I always sound sexy. People magazine voted me sexiest sounding man of the year. They no longer have that category. What is stream? Stream is internet video. Happen real time. Me see comment, respond. What is watch? This stream is about life. It's about laughter. It's about loving, living, learning. It's about languid and lugubrious lagoons. All kinds of things. Right now, it's just about being ourselves. Just being in the moment, enjoying the now.
Breathing in through the nose,
Mm-hmm.
slowly, out through the mouth, even more slowly.
It's about doing some yoga poses.
It's about homeostasis.
Mm-hmm. It's about aromatherapy, horoscopes,
It's about chrysanthemums.
crystals, tie-dye shirts. It's about incense,
Copper bracelets.
copper bracelets. It's about free energy devices.
It's about alternative medicine.
And it's about the shadow government's conspiracy to turn us all into automatons.
It's about Area 49 through 52.
Through 52, yeah. Including both 49 and 52.
Yes.
It's about Sasquatch. It's about Yeti. It's about the differences between Sasquatches and Yetis. And occasionally it's about big feet and skunk apes. It's about cryptids and also cryptodonts.
It's about crypto advice. Always success.
Cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's about that as well.
It's also a crypto advice anonymous group.
Yeah.
For people who've received bad advice and don't want it anymore.
Well, it's also Anal Wreckage Anonymous's daily meeting. Hi, I'm Eric, and I like to stick things larger than my body up my own butt. I have a problem. Larger than your body? Yes, like a grand piano, for example. Now that's a grand piano. Well, this stuff's kind of comparatively, it's more pleasant to manicure anyway. I don't know if it's easier, but more pleasant to manicure than a lot of the other strains anyway.
It smells good.
And I never did roll that joint for Rachel. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Rachel, I'm sorry, I forgot to roll that joint again. I don't know where she is. Probably writing a note. Dear Eric, you've forgotten to roll me a joint for the last time. I'm leaving. Don't run after me. I'd be like, bro, are you serious? Bro, I'm sorry. I do like calling Rachel bro sometimes.
Is that serious or very funny? Funny serious.
Kind of funny serious, I guess. Yeah. Like, but bro, even though by any reasonable definition of the term, she'd be called a lot of things, but she's not really my bro.
Yeah. I think I antagonized Kara calling her dude.
I call Rachel dude too.
But only like if I'm antagonizing.
Mm. And just for everyone's eye, F1's everyone's eye, you know. Cameron is no longer in a relationship. He's single again. You rolled yourself one, but roll one for me and put an initial on it. Hey, Eric, you should check out my Peacock story. You and Rachel and Winston's mom and a few others made part 3. Oh, okay. You mean on the video? I forgot. I had no. First of all, at first I had no idea at all what you were talking about. I was like, your Peacock story. Okay, I'll check it out. But I'm not going to check it out right this second. I do plan to go back and deal with more of those. So that I don't incur a bunch of people like shitting on me for not following through. Maybe we'll even do it at some point today during the stream. But right now I'm doing this. I'm manicuring. And then I'm going to put it in the closet. That's quite a nug, huh? Look at that. That's a meaty nug. I'm impressed with the productivity of this Super Skunk strain in terms of how much buzz it puts out. Yeah.
So here's this stuff. Here, folks at home, look. You can pull out the wire. You can put it in the self-cutting thing and press it, and then you have a thing. You can like.
You put it through here.
I'm gonna take you up on those gloves too.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ripe. Yeah. You might want it longer for that method. In any case, we've got this stuff.
Okay, well let's go ahead and put the string over there like we said we were going to, right? It's got a string and one of those green strings from that thing to that thing, right?
Oh yeah, we can do this.
Yeah,
let me do that first. Sure, you
across.
hold this one sec.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, the gloves, Rachel. Right here.
Okay. Fantastic, Padawan.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry I forgot to finish rolling the joint. I will do it as soon as I hand
Sure.
this off to Cameron. These are real meaty meters, huh?
Oh my gosh, those are some meaty meters indeed. No wonder it was like bending over.
Yeah, once it got the water on it, it got extra
All right, now we're
falling over. Jeremiah Fix says, "Hi, Rachel."
Hey, Jeremiah Fix. How's it going?
It's going fine, says Jeremiah Fix.
Wow, look at you. You're psychic or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Rachel, when's the first time you heard a Beck song?
Probably. It was definitely Devil's Haircut overlay. And it was when I was heavily watching VH1.
So like 95 or something, 93 maybe?
Wait.
She was born in '85, remember? So she's a little younger than us.
Totally. I'm trying to think when I would have heard. I mean, Beck isn't much different than my age, is he?
No, he's about our age.
So, in high school, did I know Beck?
No, he
Like
wasn't.
Loser? When did Loser come out?
That was after high school, I think.
Yeah, it must be.
I think it was even maybe after, a little bit after college. So like maybe like 93.
Well, I had the two Beck
94.
CDs by like when I was substitute teaching my first year, so that would have been like 97. So in 97, I had two Beck CDs, so I would have liked him for.
Okay, I suspect it was 95, 94. Because I don't think he had hit when I was in college.
Yeah. Supposedly he went to Cal, what is it? High School for the Arts at Cal State LA?
Oh yeah? California High School for the Performing Arts.
You got it. Lachsa.
Okay, well that's not good. Okay.
I'm glad that the stream is fun for you, Jeremiah Fix. Hello, Mohammed Bad Curry.
Hi, Muhammad Bag Curry. I am going to remember what I was doing right now.
One time.
Yes.
I don't have a Can we share a
Trash can?
trash can? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I stole your trash can.
It's all good.
We could. Why don't
No, this is fine. Rachel
Yeah.
asked you. Why don't you go right next to each other?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I just put it right there. You are from Iran. We're from California, USA.
That's where all the music, like Tupac, that you like is from. California, only.
California knows how to party.
See, I feel like that's his like biggest song. Like that, when I think of Tupac, I think of that song.
It's
Yeah.
a good song.
That's
a
the
great song.
only song you think of.
Right,
Tupac,
because
right?
I feel like if you didn't,
If he hadn't died,
yeah, it wouldn't
Hey,
really
totally.
be.
There's Dear Mama. Dun, 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 dear mama, I feel good putting money in the mailbox. That kind of stuff.
Well, I think more and more that Diddy was definitely involved with.
Yeah, I think Diddy had him killed too, but I mean, obviously, that's just my opinion. I'm not making the allegation. It's been made by others. I'm saying I believe that.
Yes, I believe those allegations too. It is just allegedly, but it seems to make a lot of sense. And it also seems to make a lot of sense that he would kill off his supposed friend, Biggie.
Jeez.
And his freaking wife, too.
Are you serious? I haven't even heard of all this. You gotta fill me in. What are all the details on this?
A shit tons of people around Diddy have died under mysterious circumstances when they're about to write a tell-all book or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey ran off into Europe when this all happened. Leonardo DiCaprio is somewhere in Europe, too.
Because they're part of it? They're like...
It's like...
Seems like they're probably involved, yeah.
Wow. Oh, here. I'll go over and then we can attach it to that.
Oh, I see what you're doing. That makes good sense.
You just have to be tall. Rachel's not allowed to do it.
Thanks.
Sorry.
No, I'm not going to be able to do it at all.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, marijuana, Mohammed. You are correct. That is what we're harvesting.
Only in California.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep, it's the only place this is done.
Liam Payne, a former member of boy band One Direction, has died after falling from the window of a hotel in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, that's very sad. Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe in people falling out of windows from hotels.
No.
It seems to me that people get pushed out of windows in hotels. It's not that easy to fall out of a window from a hotel.
There are those people who do like throwing themselves at the window stunts, but like even that, well, it could come out if you were doing that, but that just shouldn't be happening.
Like in the show Sex and the City, they have like there's the main character goes to like a fancy party with big name people, and this woman was talking about like how it's crazy that you can't smoke inside anymore. She take a cigarette and she opens up the window and she ends up falling out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
good shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens.
People do dumb balance stuff. They'll like just like do things that don't make sense. That makes them fall.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, honestly. It could have been foul play. It could have been just an accident. Like, definitely something to look into for sure. Oh my gosh.
Who is it?
Potential spam. 1-941-292-6189. I've been getting it like the whole day. From...
You want to answer it and hand it to me? Too late.
So...
I don't know. Hung up. It could be SE Polar too, Elaine. You make a good point.
What?
It could just be SE Polar when people fall
That is true.
Fall out of windows and stuff.
Yeah. SE Polar.
I'm guessing I don't have SE Polar.
No. You have SE5.
Okay.
Polar is 7. 5 is a strong place to have it. If you want to use those terms, strong and weak. I mean, do you know how to actually get things done?
You don't just think about it. I guess in fifth slot, you don't always think about it, but
It's like this. I'll say like, oh, I want to get your advice on this door thing. Imagining that you and I are gonna look at it, talk about it a little while. Where you think if I want to go look at something and talk about it a little while, that I want to get right to work on dealing with it, right? Which is a better way to go about doing things, obviously. I'm sometimes surprised by like, oh, I was just saying, let's go look at it. You want to do it right now? Let's do it right now. Okay.
I honestly, it's not that I don't think or, I don't want to intentionally deprioritize thinking, but I don't really get that much out of the thinking part doing physical tasks. I just get to the thing, and once my hands are on it, then I have so many kind of like happy place chapters which involve all of the components of anything I'm going to come across. So I can just look at something, go to my happy place, and then, my fingers move. I grab a certain tool, figure out what's wrong. And not a lot of thinking really. Like, I'm not going back and forth. Like, I wonder what's wrong here. I'm just doing stuff.
Where's my SE? My SE is fourth.
Yeah.
But I still do a lot more thinking about.
Well, it's not even thinking. The point is, my dominant function is talking, and my least conscious function is doing things. So even when I'm going to do something that can only meaningfully be dealt with by doing things, I still try to talk about it.
You know what? Kara and I would always argue because the list that we would agree at stuff that we're going to do or stuff I'm going to do, she would want to talk about the list, but she would want to talk about the list for 20 minutes. And I would say, I could knock 3 things off the list in 20 minutes. Why on earth am I going to sit here like a child and listen to you tell me what's on a list that I can see right in front of me?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the list on the list.
And what's interesting is the only kind of things that I don't necessarily want to talk about are often things that are best dealt with words. Because, like, for example, you asked me, how do you deal with the scissors getting all gunked up? And I said, hold on, let me finish this thing and I'll show you. He said, well, just tell me. I was like, yeah, I should just tell you. Why am I not just telling you? Because that's such a physical thing, like a how to do thing. I just think, well, I should just show it, I guess. But generally speaking, other kinds of things which I should not talk about, I do talk about.
So, do you think just that SE in the fifth is good? Or like things in the fifth slot?
Things in the fifth.
Yeah, so you think
your NE is good, but you got to remember you're interpreting extrovert intuition from a receiver's perspective. Your extroverted intuition is good when you think of extroverted intuition as knowing which things are original, new, and interesting because of their originality.
Yeah, because when I'm chatting by myself on the stream, I sometimes struggle with new topics to talk about. And I don't like gossip when it's like about people that I actually know. Like I could talk about celebrities.
Sure. Well, that's because you'll never stop being a receiver.
Yeah.
And just like while I like NI stuff a lot and evaluate stuff on the success of the NI.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'm not necessarily. It's not necessarily really a receiving. I'm not a receiver by nature.
You're not.
So. No. I don't know how you use this thing to cut this. I could not figure that out.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I just use these scissors.
You have to pretend it's your fingernail and just like finesse it. It's the worst thing ever.
Okay. Well, so they do have overtime in the regular season in hockey. I guess they just have one.
Yeah,
at
they
a time,
do.
And then it's a tie. Cause I know they have
It's
ties
like-
in hockey.
It's something like double overtime. They'll have two overtimes, and then they go into shootouts.
Oh, I see.
It's
Wait,
kind
don't
of
they
like
have ties in the regular season?
Do they have ties in the regular season?
I think they do.
Yeah,
in
they
hockey.
do. They do.
So that must not go to shootout. Or if it does, it must still count as a tie somehow.
That's a great question. I always just assume that they always went into shootouts, but maybe they don't. Maybe they go into double overtime, and if it's still tied, then it's considered a tie.
They may have done some sort of hybrid thing where they do the shootout, but it still counts as a tie.
Something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've only been to a handful of games, if even that, like 2 or 3 games where there were shootouts. It's really not seen. They try not to. It's kind of like soccer in that way, where they go over into overtime. But they also
But
have
they don't go
ties
into
too.
overtime during non-elimination games. Like in the group
No.
stage, if it ends in a tie, they just get a tie.
And it's a tie. Yeah,
And it's
so-
worth
so
1 point. A win's worth 3 points, and a loss is worth 0 points.
So then maybe it is like soccer, and that only in important games do they go into shootouts.
I will Google it and find out in a second.
Sorry, I'm so not knowledgeable on the game that
That's
I actually
okay,
am.
Rachel. I didn't think when I got with you. One thing this woman needs to definitely be is knowledgeable about hockey.
I feel like I should be though, because I watched it before you, but
I mean, I did watch an occasional bit of hockey. I just was never really. It was just never. In LA we had the Kings.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. It's not a hockey town.
it's not, because why would it be? It's not. You guys are
In Beach, Southern
yeah,
California.
yeah. It's like California. It's like
When they redid the Santa Anita Mall maybe 20 years ago, they promised to bring an ice skating rink there.
really.
That was like one of the whole things that like Westfield was going to develop the mall.
And then they never did.
They never, which who knows? We could have had our own Arcadia High School Hockey League.
Those scoundrels.
Well, I would have loved it. That would have been fun to have an ice rink over there.
Yeah, for me, ice rink sounds like I spend several days afterwards painful butt syndrome
Yeah.
from falling on my butt so much.
And that
Yeah.
can deter you from skating ever again. Like my sister, we went, this was over 10 years ago, ice skating because her then husband, really liked to ice skate. And she went a little too fast and was going around a curve and just bam, landed on her butt, and it was so shocking to her, so that she we never went ice skating ever again. She was like, fuck that hurt way too much.
Fuck this noise, I'm no ice skater.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was smart maybe 5 years ago and bought a pair of rollerblades, thinking oh, well, they never made that ice rink. I'm gonna just get some rollerblades.
Yeah.
And I went out to the park, and it was, all right for a minute. And then I'm going 5 miles an hour, and the truck pulls through the path where no cars go. And so I turn the wrong way, and I go some awkward way, and I fall on my ass, and I'm like, okay, no.
You could really hurt yourself.
I fell on grass too.
Oh,
It was not as bad as it could have been, but I realized I am not 7 years old.
So I guess they only use shootouts in the regular season.
Oh,
Let's see,
really?
are there ties in NHL?
They do, so it is shootouts.
Let's see. 2 points for a win, 1 point for an overtime or shootout loss, 0 points for a regulation loss. So, in other words, if you lose, they do still have a tie, kind of, right? Because you get 1 point if you lose an overtime or a shootout, which means you get 1 point if the game ended regulation in a tie. But you get 2 points if you get the win. So, like, let's say the Kings beat the Ducks 1-0. The Kings get 2 points. The Ducks get 0 points. Let's say the Kings and the Ducks ends in a 2-2 tie in regulation, and then the Kings beat the Ducks in overtime with a goal. Then the Kings get 2 points, and the Ducks get 1 point because they ended regulation in a tie. So they basically do still have ties.
I never would have.
I knew they had them because you see the 3 numbers after the hockey team, right?
Yes,
like wins, losses, ties. But the thing is, they count overtime and shootout games as ties.
So right now,
it can't end in a tie technically because there has to be a winner. But for the purposes of points, there doesn't have to be a loser. You can still get the 1 point. So there's the answer to that question. Now, I believe that the baseball game should be on.
1996 minus 195. So I was 11 when I started listening to Beck.
Wow, that's young.
Okay.
You have good taste in music.
Thanks.
Did you listen to the lyrics, or were you just like, oh, it's fun music, or do you remember how you
So it would always
responded?
it was probably on the radio plus also like on VH1 like top 10 hits of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have the album, but I knew of the music. And probably since Odelay, I just was like, this guy like is really good.
He's got a lot of really great shit.
And did you get a CD collection, or did you just always have like digital, or how did you deal with that?
So I didn't get digital like LimeWire downloads until 2002, 2001.
Okay.
So it really
High
was just
school.
watching TV.
So, but you didn't like spend $20 a week on a CD or anything?
No, I can remember the first album I bought myself, but I would buy cassette tapes. My dad would pay for a cassette tape if it was like a Beatles one.
Yeah.
Because he's a huge Beatles fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I.
Oh, Eric! God!
It's okay. It's okay.
Go sit in the corner.
I just
Come back.
freaking cat hair all over it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna drop it on the
So
floor.
I like in most places it would be okay, but
Well, it's fine. So I guess this baseball game has not quite started yet.
so yeah, I learned mostly about music through the radio and TV, watching TV. I was really like I socialized a little with my friends, but I was a real big homebody.
It's not always like convenient to be able to actually hook up with your friends.
Like the group of friends that I was with when I was like 11, they kind of like wouldn't invite me out because like we had been friends in grammar school, but I wasn't necessarily friends with like all their other friends. So they invited me because they liked me and they they've known me forever, but like I get left out of some stuff too. But
Sure.
it bothered me a little because I was like always like being like, yes, I'll definitely hang out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the people that they ended up being close with, I didn't really like. Like they weren't the nicest people, so I wasn't totally like unhappy that I wasn't invited, but it did
Yeah.
feel a little bit like, oh, I don't like being left out still.
I hear you.
But they had AOL, like my friend Shannon and Heather, they had AOL like before like a lot of people had it. So we would go into like chat rooms and stuff.
Were there creepy people there, or was it just like you could control who was there?
Honestly, we should have thought that it was creepy people.
You're just kids, you know, like think about it.
Yeah, no.
I just thought it was funny
Yeah.
and you know, like a little bit like doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Because their parents were always working. Both parents worked. And the grandma was in charge, so like we kind of could do whatever we wanted. And
Yeah. That was always like a big fun factor to having a friend. Number one, they had a place you could hang out. Number two, the parents weren't up your butt.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you had a friend like that, I mean, damn, that's a friend to keep.
Honestly, it was. I enjoyed going over to Shannon and Heather's house so much growing up, and I think that's why I like would be a little bit butthurt when I wasn't invited to things, because I enjoyed like them and like the atmosphere of not having like a parent around a lot.
Yeah. I had an experience like that with a kid who I knew from elementary school. I'd only been in Arcadia for a couple of years, and we had been like friends in the school year and over summer. And then when it came time for the party that his brothers were throwing, he's like, "Hey, will you come over?" And I'm like 11 or something, or 12. It's probably the first year of junior high. And he's like, "Hey, can you help me create the system where we're going to take money for the party and take it up like to the second story, and we're going to like bring," and I'm like, "Oh, sure, I have this pulley and this rope. We're going to make this for the party." But I wasn't invited to the party. So I was like, "Fuck you guys." You know?
That's not right.
But
at least the least that they could do is invite you to the party. Like,
I don't know. They probably knew I would be awesome at the party, so.
good night, Elaine. Sleep well.
Good night, Elaine. Sleep well.
Night.
And don't let the bed bug bite. If they are going to bite, have them bite someone other than you.
Bring a very tasty friend.
I feel bad, but there was a huge brown spider in our bathroom the other day, and I killed it.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Brown spiders have venom, so I don't want to get bit. That's how I justify it.
That's fine.
They're probably not living their best life in the bathroom. You know, they get reincarnated right into some other, you know,
Some other animal
insect, maybe
or
even a human.
person, yeah.
Who knows? They could be the next Gandhi.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. They're so affected by me killing it that they turned into Gandhi.
Supposedly Gandhi was a racist. Depends. You'd be
Really?
like, "Oh, you know, as great as Gandhi," and they're like, "Oh, wait, no, Gandhi was an asshole."
Was he?
I don't know. I don't remember
be.
the story, but supposedly he was like a wife-beating racist or something.
Wow. Honestly, that's why you can't like idolize anyone, really.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, if he was a little bit racist against the British, you could probably understand that.
Well, that, yeah. He did drink his own pee. There's something wrong with that.
It's not a good look.
No.
Oh, jeez.
culture and traditions. Which ones do you accept? That'd be it. The pee drinking flow chart. Number 1, do you not drink pee? Number 2, do you drink pee? Okay, you could be a.
Oh yeah. A lot of people say that Gandhi is an INFJ, which I don't. I feel like they give that title to anyone who's like peace loving.
Yeah, I don't think Gandhi.
I don't think Gandhi was an INFJ either. I don't think that Mother Teresa was an INFJ either.
No, I'm sure she wasn't. Apparently, she was kind of awful, actually.
Her too?
Yeah.
Wow. What
Supposedly.
The heck? I mean, I guess everyone has their bad side. Or just like to be that big, you have to have some dark qualities to your personality.
I mean, not everybody who's big has dark qualities to their personality.
That's true. That's true.
You could always point to at least Keanu Reeves, if nobody
Yeah, Keanu
else.
Reeves is a good one to point out. Yeah.
There's a whole campaign that tells us Keanu is a great guy. I've seen it.
If he,
I think it's probably correct. I don't think.
Oh,
that's
yeah, oh, yeah.
bullshit. There's just too many people who all agree with that.
I'm not saying it's BS. I'm just saying like there's a campaign out there to like prove that. It's almost like who's the guy who got the guy who had the terrible court case, Johnny Depp. Yeah, Johnny Depp is another guy who's like, no, really, he's great. You gotta understand.
Are there people who think that Keanu isn't great?
No, just it's just interesting to go on the internet and you've got people like Tom Cruise who everyone's like, wow, he's a complete scumbag. And then you've got other people like Keanu who people say like, yeah, he sat and talked to me for like 10 minutes in the subway about his life.
Yeah. There's this story that I heard. Octavia Spencer, who's an actress now, like she's been in some big movies. She was in LA going to an audition and her car broke down.
Mm-hmm.
Keanu Reeves pulls over, on his motorcycle and like
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Do you need any help?
Yeah, and like
Wow.
she was able to make the audition, and I think she got the job because
Do you need any help? I could help you.
Yeah, because he was like, I could help you.
He has such a certain way of acting, you know.
Wow.
It's kind of stiff.
Yeah, he's not a great actor.
That's why he's good at like John Wick, because it's mostly physical.
Yeah. Which is also why I'm so good at John Wick.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Pew 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 pew.
That would shock me. If I heard bad news about Keanu Reeves, I would be like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm sure he's not perfect, but, just like, that would be devastating to me. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, it's all a real lie at that point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink my pee. I'm gonna drink my pee. I'm gonna drink my pee. I'm gonna drink my pee.
Like, what? Like, why?
If you don't leave us alone, I'm gonna drink my pee. I'm gonna drink my pee. If you English don't go back home, I'm going to drink my pee. I'm going to drink my pee.
Oh god. The next South Park musical.
Well, that's what he told the British back in the day.
About it.
But if you don't leave, I'm gonna drink my pee.
And he did.
Finally, they left. They gave up. They said, "We can't deal with that. That's too gross. Let's get out of here, guys."
It's the same thing with Martin Luther King Jr.
He also drank his own pee. That was his favorite beverage. He recommended other people drink it as well.
Wow.
His pee.
Oh, his pee.
Yeah.
Wow.
His original speech was titled, "I have a dream that you all drink my pee."
Black girls and white girls drinking my pee and you.
Everybody drinking my pee together.
Wait, this is Diddy we're talking about, right?
Well, then one of his confidants said, I lost my train of thought. Keanu Reeves has a shorts channel?
Oh.
Is that true?
Here's me in my orange shorts. Here's me in my white spotted shorts.
Not
see it now.
that kind of shorts. All right,
It's
let
a
me see.
shorts channel.
Let me see.
Makes sense that there would be not much talking.
You're breathtaking is what it says on the plate when he goes down. See?
Oh, I see.
It's like hidden text. You can't see until it's on the right. Can I sing Lionel Richie?
Hello.
I was gonna sing all night long.
Oh,
all night. All night long.
All night.
All night long. Dancing in the street all night long. All night. Oh, Lionel Richie, you think you're so cool, but you know what? You're not cool. You're a dorky.
He is darky.
Was he one of the first guys to dance on a ceiling in a music video?
Did he dance on the ceiling?
Didn't he get a music?
No,
One?
he molested his blind student. Is what he did instead.
I mean, in the video, it does look like that, you know. Like,
In the video for Hello, it's like he's an art teacher and he has this clearly inappropriate relationship with this blind student of his.
Oh shit! I never even
Oh yeah.
I never realized. No, I think you're right.
It's because Lionel Richie has a well-known fetish for blind people.
Oh man.
It's like the blinder you is, the harder I am, baby. Ooh, are you legally blind?
you're just my type.
Yeah. Okay. So I think maybe wrap up this stream for a little bit to watch some baseball. Maybe stream again later on this evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to.
I think Rachel would like to. I would probably like to as well. But let's
But
wrap
we
it
gotta
up for now.
focus, Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. See you soon.